Buy now, pay later services, they've exploded in popularity, offering shoppers an easy way to split up payments with just a few clicks. But what people don't realize is that these short-term conveniences may have long-term consequences. Janae Adams, founder of Debt Sucks University, is with us to talk about that. All right, so for those who are somewhat familiar with buy now, pay later, kind of like give the overall what it is.
So the buy now, pay later programs have been around for a few years now, and you can use them on anything. They used to be only used on a few things, but now you can use them on flights. You can use them on groceries. You even can use them on DoorDash. So they have really grown in popularity, and you can basically buy something and put it on monthly payments for a short amount of time without getting penalized and without it being on your credit until now.
Okay, so it's kind of like putting it on a credit card, but not really because it's not getting interest. But you get yourself in trouble if you don't pay it on time.
Exactly. So you're going to get hit with that interest penalty if you do not pay it on time. But these payments are so small that a lot of people are able to take out multiple ones. So someone may have a flight on buy now, pay later. Somebody might have put their groceries last week on buy now, pay later, and then just did their Uber Eats. So there is ways to stack. And that's what makes it different than credit cards.
Okay, and so how does it impact our credit score, if at all?
So right now it does not impact credit scores, but what has been the latest news is that now FICO has figured out a way to make sure that it does impact your credit score starting later this year. Now, what is going to be the way that they're going to be able to do this is that they're going to have an existing FICO score, so your score right now, and then another one that actually factors in the buy now, pay later accounts that you have.
Okay, so it could decrease your credit score. Maybe it could increase if you're paying them on time or not?
Yes, so it can increase if you're paying it on time, but they seem to be that if it decreases, it won't be that much. And I can imagine that if it increases, it won't be that much as well. But if you are someone who tends to forget payments and it ends up being multiple of these loans that you're forgetting payments on or missing payments, it could end up really hurting you.
Okay, how do you see this impacting things down the line, whether that be car loans or home loans or things of that nature?
So the reason that they did this is that what we have not been able to see is how many people have become delinquent on these buy now, pay later loans. Because a lot of times the groceries are gone, and so you don't have to pay anymore. The the Uber Eats has been eating, so you don't have to pay for that anymore. So the delinquency has gone up, and so now that them being able to score it, when you go in the future for a home or a loan, then these delinquencies may show up and may hurt you as far as getting that loan.
Even though there are delinquencies of $5 here and $15 there and whatever else. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's talk now about the big, beautiful bill that the president is trying to get through Congress. There's some things in there with student loans, could change how things are done. Let's first start with people who already have student loans. How would this bill impact that?
So those that are already in student loan repayment, they are going to see that their student loan repayment is going to be pushed into two different plans and possibly a third. So the income-based repayment, which is there right now, that's one of them. But the one that people should be worried about is called RAP. It's called RAP, so Repayment Assistance Plan. And what that basically is that it is going to be based off your adjusted gross income, not the discretionary income that it is now. So it's guaranteed that your student loan payments will go up if this bill is passed.
As it is with these things in there. Okay, and what does it have in place for those maybe who might be taking out a loan in the next coming years?
Yes, so though this is where students in college that will be in college and taking out student loans after July 1st, 2026, that you really need to pay attention to. For parents who have students in high school that are going to go to college, you need to pay attention to this as well. The one thing is that's really dangerous is they're going to take away subsidized loans. These subsidized loans have been around for when people go to college. The government takes care of the interest on those payments while you're in college, so your balance doesn't grow. With that taken away, that means if you took out $10,000 and that's it, your first year of college, by the time you graduate, that could easily be $15,000 or $20,000 that you owe, and you didn't even take out any more money. So people who are in college after July 1st, 2026, you really need to be paying attention to what's going on in Washington right now.
All right, we got about 1 minute left. You're watching money and how it goes all over the place and that kind of thing. What do people need to know and need to focus on when it comes to their wallet right now?
So what you definitely need to be focusing on is making sure that you're saving the money that you need for your household. We were talking about the bill and so forth. It tends to more than likely going to be a tax on the middle income. And so definitely saving your money and planning out your spending plan each and every month, just in case it does pass.
I love that you don't call it a budget. I love you call it a spending plan because it's how we choose to spend our money. Okay, thank you, Janae. We appreciate your time and your expertise. If you need to watch this again, maybe send it to someone else. They need to hear all of these schools of thought. It's going to be in the Who Wants to Know section of our website.